This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Yes,
ma'am.
Udayan Subuddhi. Please
Yes,
have
sir.
your seat.
Thank you, sir.
When is your interview?
So it's on 22nd of June.
22nd of June. Okay. Your father is in forest service?
Yes, sir.
Which batch?
So 1992 batch.
92 batch. Okay. What he is doing? Is PCCF in which capacity? What is his field at the moment?
Sir, he is currently additional PCCF of the Forest Development Wing.
Forest Development Corporation.
No, sir. It's Forest Development Wing.
Okay. Development means plantations and...
Yes, sir. The implementation of working plan, that part is handled by the development.
Okay. But working plan, huh? You are from BE and Shivpur, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, computer science. Associate, you are working.
Yes,
PwC. Okay. And now you are not working.
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, after working for around a year, I believed that the corporate thing in which I was working was not my call. So I left the job.
And totally...
I committed myself entirely to civil service preparation. Meanwhile, I have been giving state services as well. So...
Your father is in MP and your birthplace is in Prayagraj. How?
Sir, because my mother is from Uttar Pradesh, from Prayagraj.
Okay. So, you are not appearing in the civil services or you are appearing in civil services also?
Sir, I am appearing for the civil services as well.
This time you have appeared in mains?
Yes, sir. I appeared for the mains this time.
And could not appear qualify mains?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was your subject over there?
Sir, anthropology.
Anthropology. Here you have taken forestry and geology.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your father is in working plan. What does this working plan means?
So, working plan is a set of guidelines prescribed by the state and the central government according to the Working Plan Code of 2014, according to which an area is, the forest in the area is managed for a period of 10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
What is the benefit? How do we think that they are important for us?
So, the working plan. Sir, the working plan prescribes rules and regulations according to which the forest must be sustainably developed. It prescribes the time when the felling activity is to be done for the sustainable management of the forest, as well as artificial and natural regeneration activities are also to be done.
Okay.
So it provides an overall framework for working the forest.
Historically, how do we define working plans? Historically.
Sir, I am not sure.
10 years means every division that has to have a working plan. For last how many years that division has the working plan? So historically we know what was the history since the first working plan was made.
Yes, sir.
So historically we know that what was at that time.
Yes, sir.
Right? So that is fire lines. You might have across with your father that, okay, I am going to extinguish the fire or we are making the fire lines. What is the basic roles of fire lines?
So fire lines are basically crops or trees planted to prevent the fire in the larger forest. So special plantation crops are grown to reduce the impact of the forest fires if it takes place in the future.
In the fire lines, we used to grow some plants.
But I'm not sure about
We should not grow. Fire lines means these are the clear patches in between two forest blocks. So that one fire comes from one block, it should not enter into other. And we should be there to, if it comes, wants to pass on to next block, then we are here to prevent it. So basically they are called as the break lines or prevention lines also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Which area you have visited along with your parents or without parents in MP or forest areas?
Sir, throughout my father's career, I have been with him. So wherever he was posted, I was with him for like last 20 years. After that, I went for graduation to West Bengal. So, but before that, I have been to Khandwa. After that, Siuni, Dindori, Chhatarpur, Sagar, Sihor, Bhopal, Ujjain. These were the main areas.
What is the difference between this Chhatarpur area compared to Jabalpur area in terms of forests?
Sir, in terms of forest, the Jabalpur lies in the southeastern part of Madhya Pradesh. So the forest nature is mainly of moist deciduous forest and it's very green, lush green there. Whereas when compared to the Chhatarpur region, which falls in the Bundelkhand part of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, so in that region, there is a very large amount of dry land and woodland species present rather than, and moreover, dry deciduous forests are there.
Good.
Okay, Udayan, you come from MP, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the estimated number of tigers in MP as per the latest report?
Sir, as far as the last tiger census was concerned, it is around 526. I'm not sure about the exact number, but it's around 524 or 6. Karnataka lags behind MP by just 2 tigers.
And which tiger reserves has the highest number in MP?
Sir, Kanha Tiger Reserve has the highest number of tigers in Madhya Pradesh.
And which tiger reserve is in the news regarding the 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐻 project?
Sir, it's the Panna Tiger Reserve.
Panna Tiger Reserve. So, what steps are being taken to address the concerns over there?
Sir, first of all, the tiger habitat loss, which will be there due to the submergence of the core area of the tiger reserve, the tiger translocation program has already been proposed to another wildlife sanctuary nearby to the Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary, which is Durgavati Wildlife Sanctuary. So tigers will be translocated there. Also, compensatory afforestation for the diversion of the forest land will be there in the adjoining areas of the Panna National Park. Apart from that, the people who will lose their livelihood, they will be also rehabilitated. I'm not sure about their exact rehabilitation process, what will be done, but there was a proposal to rehabilitate them as well.
Okay, fine. There have been some issues with the recent cheetahs which have been reintroduced, right? Some of them have not been able to survive in India. So, and it has been, I think, some time since they were introduced, right? So, what are the key issues when it comes to, introducing an extinct species back in the habitat? What are the key things which needs to be taken care of?
So there are many things to be taken care of when reintroducing an animal, and especially it was a transcontinental shipment or the transfer of animals. So in that case, I think the key concerns would be, first one is the habitat preservation and trying to mimic the original habitat or the native habitat in which it was living, like the grassland habitat of the African savannas. Apart from that, interaction with many species like cheetahs living in Africa was not in contact with tigers. So this conflict may arise in future in India when cheetahs will be able to roam freely. Today they are managed and controlled. They are moving in a controlled fashion, but when they will roam in the forest openly, these types of challenges will again occur. Also, African savannas are huge grasslands. So the human-animal conflict problem is very less there. But in India, which is a very populated country, so again in the agricultural fields, cheetah conflict with people living in the agricultural areas may also be there. So I think these are the 3 main concerns regarding cheetah introduction program.
You have studied geology also.
Yes, sir.
Right. So it is also said that one of the oldest rock structures, right? Some part of it is in India as well. What areas in India or which regions in India do you think where the rock structure can be termed as one of the most oldest creations on earth?
So the peninsular plateau region, I think, is mainly composed of Dharwad block and it's of Gondwana age. So that is the main block of India which have been into existence for millions of years and is much older than any other landforms present in the country. So that includes the Chota Nagpur plateau as well as some parts of Assam, Meghalaya and the entire peninsular plateau of South India.
You mentioned about Chota Nagpur. What is the geographical extent of the Chota Nagpur plateau?
Sir, I am not sure about the exact area which it encompasses.
Which states does it cover?
Sir, it covers parts of MP, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal as well.
Okay. There is a particular hill or range of hills which act as a break in the plateau. What are those hills?
So those hills are called Raj Mahal Hills.
Raj Mahal Hills. And it is located in which states?
Sir, Jharkhand and West Bengal.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Udayan.
Hello, ma'am.
So, I see that your mother has her own business.
Yes, ma'am.
So, this reflects women empowerment.
Yes.
However, the number of women who own business is low in India. What are the challenges being faced? Why?
Ma'am, the main challenges that women faces in India is the patriarchal mindset in many of the societies as well as in the economic sphere. The education parameters are still low when compared to men. Also, the opportunities and marrying age are issues which needs to be debated and need to be thought upon.
So, how is the government supporting it and the situation is changing? How?
And many schemes have been promoted by the government for women empowerment, especially in the sphere of education. Like in Madhya Pradesh, there is a scheme known as Mukhyamantri Ladli Bahan Yojana and Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, under which educational fund for schooling from class 8 to 12th and as well as graduation is promoted.
And for business per se?
Ma'am, for business person, there is a scheme known as Stand Up India, under which entrepreneurship is being promoted across the weaker sections of the society.
Okay. And there is very low female participation rate as well. So, will Stand Up India also help in that?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Stand Up India will help in improving the female labor participation rate.
Okay. Since your father's in the is working as PCCF, additional PCCF,
Yes,
and you've named lots of places where you visited in the
Yes, ma'am.
throughout your life. So what do you feel is the actual problems of why is there encroachment in national parks?
And the main encroachment in national parks, especially in Madhya Pradesh, is due to various challenges faced by the people living there. So it's a two-sided thing. The government also has been insensitive at some times, and it's the people also who have been encroached land just mainly for agriculture. Agriculture is the main motive behind encroachments. Also, they have claimed their rights in dubious manners in very instances, but overall acts like FRA have that thing to promote equitable distribution of rights.
Can you tell me few basic features of FRA?
Yes, ma'am. FRA provided rights for individual and community. The community rights are known as Nistar rights, according to which a coop of forest can be cut, small timbers can be cut, or grazing and other local activities at community level can be performed by the communities. Apart from that, under individual rights, there is a provision under which up to 4 hectares of land could be allocated to an individual, under which he or she could perform his sustainable activities. Although the land is not given, the ownership is not transferred, it's the rights which are transferred.
Rights are transferred. How is the implementation of FRA in India? So there are few states which are doing good compared to the others. So why is there this difference? Can you mention states as well?
In case of FRA, I think Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh are doing well, especially Chhattisgarh had recently acknowledged the community rights as well. The individual rights part has been to an extent good in most of the states, but it's the community right allocation which has suffered the most. Because sometimes it's the forest bureaucracy, sometimes it has been the powerful people, the tribals who are backed by powerful people, they have encroached upon the land, claiming false pattas. So these are the main challenges due to which implementation of FRA has been.
So we can say digitization of land records.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Digitization of land records, forest land records and revenue both. These could be beneficial to better implement this scheme.
And so what is the role of Indian Forest Service? How do you see it changing in the next 2 to 3 decades?
As far as Indian Forest Service is concerned, I have seen the service for last 30 years because of my father. The relevance has increased hugely with the coming crisis of ecological impact which the global world is facing. So Indian Forest Service will play an important role, especially when it comes to acts like FRA, which provides a balance between conservation and development. So these could be balanced, and the upcoming issues of environment could also be addressed.
So does this mean that we should change the name of IFS, Indian Forest Service, to Indian Environment Service?
And maybe yes, because Indian Forest Service just restricts the scope of the service to the forest. Even in today's governance structure, the environment part is mainly administered by the Indian Administrative Service, because in MOEFCC as well, it is the Special Secretary or Director General of Forest. So it deals only with the forest part till now. But yes, I think that scope must be enlarged, because this service has the experience of better understanding problems at the grassroots level.
Of the environment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You had good positive body language, confidence, content, and overall it was very good. As sir also pointed out, the length of few answers was more than what was probably needed.
Okay.
उससे क्या होता है कि ज़्यादा questions पूछे जा सकते हैं, and it would give more interaction and more diverse interaction. That's it. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.